Hey y'all, it's another evening of We Have Dinner at Home. And we're not going to cook in our Instapot today, we're going to cook in the crock pot. And I didn't have any beef or pork roast, but I had some pork riblets in the deep freeze. So that's what we have, and that's what we're going to use. So let's get started. We're going to chop up these veggies and get them in our Instapot. Maybe. We're going to use a whole onion. This doesn't have to be super thin or anything. This will cook down. This is one meal that I can get away with, like, chunking my onion or, throwing them on the ground. I'm gonna put my onion in the bottom of my Instapot. Not my Instapot, my crock pot. I'm so used to cooking with my Instapot because we're just a family that's always busy and always on the go with 4 teenagers and one that is a senior and has all the senior activities, and then I have a freshman and an 8th grader and a 6th grader. My oldest boy is a football manager and in choir, plays baseball. My freshman son, he likes to skateboard. And my 8th grade boy plays football, basketball. I don't know what else he's doing this year. He hasn't really said, but right now he's playing football for 2 different teams. And my daughter, she cheers, competitive cheer, and she's gonna wrestle. She likes to play basketball and softball as well, so don't know if she's gonna do those things. But right now, football and cheer keeps us rather busy. Throw these scraps away real fast. We're always on the go. My husband has been working super late hours. He leaves at 5:30 a.m. and then getting home around 11 just to do it all over again. So that's been fun. If you don't know, we live on a very strict income, just a 1 income family. So we eat a lot at home. We don't have a lot of extra income after groceries and the bills are paid to play around with. So we make the best of what we have. We eat a lot of wild game. That's what is mostly in my deep freeze right now is venison. And today is opening season of archery, so soon the freezer will get restocked with more venison, hopefully, if my husband gets some deer this season, which I hope so, because that's the meat we predominantly live off of. I do buy chicken and pork. And it's not too expensive. Beef is beef is very expensive. We hardly ever buy beef because there's always so many alternatives to beef that are cheaper. But if we get a hold of some beef, I mean, we enjoy it, but it's rare in this house because we eat what we can afford. And beef, sadly, just isn't one of those things that we can afford. Sorry, my microwave likes to come on its own because the vent fan forgot to get turned on and it got moisture in it, so you know the circuit board is slowly drying out, but it comes on a lot. Alright, I'm gonna finish chopping up these veggies and I'll be back. I hope my crock pot's big enough for all this stuff. I think we'll be okay. I don't know how you all like your potatoes in your pot roast, but I keep the skin on. I like the skin. And then I just kind of chunk them like so. My kids are potato eaters. Coming from the Midwest, or Oklahoma is where we're originally from, but now we live in Oklahoma, or now we live in Wyoming. So, if my kids could have potatoes with every meal, I think they would. Potatoes are pretty good. And they do add a lot to a meal, especially if you're trying to make it stretch. So that's a good thing, and they're relatively cheap. But let's get the rest of these chopped up, and I'll be back. I think I'll only need 5 of these. Alright, let's do some seasoning in the crock pot here. I'm going to get some adobo. I'm also going to season this meat over here with adobo. These are pork riblets. Honestly, making stew or roast or any of those things, you could honestly use whatever kind of meat you wanted to. This is what we had on hand. This is homemade onion powder. And add a little to the veggies. This is a package of onion soup Lipton mix. And this is a pack of slow cooker pot roast seasoning. We're gonna add some garlic. Salt and pepper. And we're gonna lay this meat right on top of all of these veggies, hoping that it fits. It's gonna be super tight. We're gonna pop in this whole stick of butter. Right on top. We're gonna add some water. About 2 cups of water. Alright, we're gonna pop our lid on and it barely fits. And we're going to set our crock pot to high for about 6 hours. Okay, see you in a little bit.